This time, the topic is about the medical industry in China. Last year, I made a couple of videos about the dire situation in China's medical sector. The issue is that hospital management in China has become incredibly unstable, and there are various reasons for this. For instance, the number of children has decreased, the number of people getting married has dropped significantly. This affects different regions, but especially in rural cities where the young population is shrinking, the number of people using maternity and pediatric services has gone down, leading to downsizing of these departments. However, there are other problems. Hospitals are running at a loss, unable to pay salaries, leading to staff protests for their wages. Some hospitals even distribute health check cards worth up to 500 yuan as a substitute for salaries, which are not enough to live on, causing further issues. By the way, running at a loss is not uncommon in Japan either, but in China, hospitals are often affiliated with universities or the military, making them inherently inefficient. Most hospitals are under the control of the Communist Party, so the structure of deficits is somewhat different from Japan. There's this administrative department in hospitals, essentially people on Communist Party payroll who don't do much work but still get paid, leading to funds being diverted from patient care to these people. Moreover, the pricing of medical equipment is often unclear, leading to kickbacks by inflating purchase prices. This is not just a Chinese phenomenon, there have been recent talks about this in Japan too. It's about concentrating procurement authority in one person, making it easy to corrupt that individual with high-priced sales and various entertainments, leading to a strategy of buying at inflated prices. China's central government introduced new policies last month, in December 2024, to address these issues. This involves significant changes to the medical insurance system, which differs from Japan's in that it's not uniform but varies between urban and rural areas and between employed and unemployed people. There's been a major overhaul in what can be covered by medical insurance and the pricing, causing a shockwave through the medical industry. This not only affects domestic companies but also has significant implications for foreign medical companies. The average price reduction is about 70%, meaning if something cost 100 yen before, now it might only be reimbursable for 30 yen. For some items, up to a 90% cut has been implemented. For sellers, this is a life or death issue. For instance, aspirin's price has been reduced to 0.3 yuan per tablet, which is about 6 yen, cheaper than many snacks at convenience stores. For foreign manufacturers, this means that unless they offer something very specialized, they might be pushed out of the Chinese market as hospitals will prefer cheaper domestic products, impacting companies that rely heavily on the Chinese market. Regarding Chinese pharmaceutical companies, there are about 4,000 of them, but most produce generics rather than doing original R&D. About 90% are generic drug manufacturers. The original drugs that China produces are often akin to traditional Chinese medicine or TCM, which has a broad variety not commonly replicated globally. However, with such drastic price reductions, the survival of all these companies seems unlikely, potentially leading to mergers or bankruptcies. Even if companies scale up, profits might remain low, similar to the electric vehicle sector where many operate at a loss. Additionally, there are quality concerns with Chinese generics, with doctors reporting on social media about inconsistent drug efficacy or safety. For example, anesthesia drugs might require triple the dose of imported products due to quality issues, posing serious risks. There's also an increase in allergic reactions to antibiotics, which were previously rare without pre-administration allergy tests. This situation extends beyond pharmaceuticals to medical devices like stents, where there are concerns about quality leading to potential complications or fatalities, particularly noted in cases involving Japanese patients treated in China. China's strategy seems to be to force reliance on domestic products to foster its own industry, even if it means an initial increase in medical incidents, hoping to improve quality through feedback. Meanwhile, high-ranking party members and the wealthy have access to superior imported treatments, highlighting the stark inequality in healthcare access. In conclusion, China's approach to healthcare and pharmaceuticals is part of a broader strategy to establish a global presence in these sectors, while also using its own population as a testing ground for economic strategies. This raises concerns about the future of medical innovation and education in both China and countries like Japan, which might inadvertently be aiding China's rise in these fields.